Fair enough. Makes sense. Part one is the limiting beliefs and then the empowering beliefs. So we're going to workshop those. We'll probably just do two beliefs in the interest of time because it does take a bit of effort to break the chain. Okay. So let me screen. Excellent. Okay. So this is all about excavation, not planning. The planning will come later. This is about removing the stuff in the way of your best laid plans so that the plans can be executed. The path is a little smoother. Okay. So belief number one, you can, keep it obviously on fitness or not. It's totally up to you. So this one is just an arbitrary example. I don't have time to work out because I got two kids, full-time job, house to run. Insert excuses. Valid or not, we're going to overcome them today. So what is that number one most important limiting belief you want to try, at least start smashing today? Like that, Martha? You're a lot taller than I expected. Yeah, that was real bone to pick. I've heard that at least a half dozen times. Every time I do an event, oh, I thought you'd be shorter. And I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but something to do with Zoom squares. The angle of my webcam, I've got to have it set up low so I look taller, I guess. Nonetheless, better than oh, you look a lot shorter than I thought you'd be, I suppose. All right. Good. So what's that number one belief? Hopefully you've got it written down. Good. Head nodding. Okay. And feel free to share in the chat too. We're going to open it up at the end, but it's helpful if you actually go public with this. So what are the negative consequences you've already experienced by buying into this belief? So again, random example. I've gained 22 pounds over the last 4 years. I've skipped 2 summers of beach trips, felt bad in a swimsuit, blah, blah, blah. Get kind of deep in uncomfortableness. That's really the key is to like sit in the pain for the next 10 minutes so that we can bring out the pleasure at the end. I like that. We're making new goals, smashing those limits. Raising beautiful. So what are the consequences? Perfectionist thinking, all or nothing is your belief. I like that. Yeah, that's a good one because that really makes it difficult to succeed because fitness is never perfection. And all or nothing just keeps us stuck. So share a few of those in the chat if you got it. Negative consequences you've experienced by buying into this belief. I had this music playing too, so this will get you in the vibe. Deep focus music, it's called. We'll see if it actually works, but okay. Moving on from that, share in the chat again if you feel comfortable doing so. Hopefully the music isn't drowning me out here, but I like it. What is the cost right now? So today, this week, this month, what is it costing you day to day to buy into this? Oh, I'm crashing by 2 p.m. I'm snapping at my kids more because, well, I don't feel like myself. I'm stressed. I'm not exercising. I'm drinking alcohol instead of water. I'm avoiding photos, family events. Pants don't fit. Keep buying bigger sizes. It cuts off at a certain point. So you might have to go to a second line. I just realized that. But hopefully you can fit it all in one sentence. Boom. Yeah, we're getting deep in the chat like that. Worked on weight gain, failing. So just throwing in the towel and giving it up. Fluctuating scale, depressive thoughts, defeated attitude. Giving up, wasted money, effort attitude, poor balance. Boom. All negative. That's where we're starting. Get deep into the cost. Because oftentimes the real motivation lives in the worst case scenario. We're at least sitting with the pain that we're actually already experiencing. And we soon realize the pain of staying the same is worse than the pain of change. Okay. All right. So just to keep this moving, if nothing changes, where does this lead you in 5 years? We're going to go a little further in the audio track, but in 5 years, what happens? Someone I spoke to on a call yesterday probably have type 2 diabetes, like my father. I'll be watching my kids' games from the lawn chair on the side because I don't have the energy to coach, whatever. What happens 5 years? Worst case scenario. And it's probably the plausible scenario if nothing changes, right? The compound effect works in both ways. Limited mobility. Okay, well, what would that cost you? Get deep. Can't go on that European vacation despite saving for retirement. Health insurance is too high to travel to Arizona for the month or winter. We got worse blood work, relationships suffer, weight gain. Yeah, that's where we're headed. Getting a bit deeper into actual costs. Good. I like it. I don't like it, but you guys are embracing this task, which is good. Okay. All right. Keep that coming. Hopefully you've got a real visual of the pain in action. What is it costing me in 5 years? All right, let's go to belief number 2. Depressed, low confidence, worsening health. Yeah. That's what we're after here. What's belief number 2? I'm too old. We get this one a lot. Oh, my metabolism is shot. That's actually not accurate. Nothing works the way it used to. Yes, that's because you're not working the way you used to. What is that? Limiting belief. Back in pre-diabetes, full-blown diabetes, sore joints. Yeah, boom. Can't walk. Quality life, essentially, right? Down the drain. Because we chose to not do something about it. Share that belief number 2 if you got it. You could go off the page, off the fitness page here too if you want. Something holding you back financially or in your relationships. Those are big too to break, but this is a fitness program, so I unfortunately have to stick to what I know. All right. Hopefully everyone's got that written down. Belief 2. Same idea. I can't succeed. Yes. That's a common one, Sandy. Feeling that I'm not enough. It's like, I don't know when it's hatched, maybe in childhood, maybe something triggered it along the way, some sort of trauma, but working through those thoughts, learning new ways of thinking, that's what this exercise is all about. My metabolism, medications work against me. Make it impossible. Yeah. It might make it harder, but never impossible. Not worth the pain. Yes. And our perspective on pain needs to shift too. Good. So what are those negative consequences attached to this one? I've tried the quick fixes, keto, intermittent fasting. F45 crushed me for 6 weeks. Lost the same 15 pounds 3 different times. I hate that it cuts off my sentences. Good. Keep it coming. Write it out on paper or digitally. We want this really filled out. And I see someone talking. Someone have a question? Oh, no. All good, Suzanne. You just unmuted briefly. You're muted now. I got you. Attitude of quitting is constant. Overtraining causing injury, then giving up. Yeah, actually, yeah, you could take it too far. Moving on. What's the cost right now? I don't even try anymore. Attitude isn't in place. Oh, I'm this age. This is just the way life is going to be. Or resentful or jealous when you see someone that's actually exactly like you who's doing it. That's a big one. Of course, we want to be inspired by someone just like ourselves who's done it, but our default setting is a bit of jealousy, right? We've got to flip that. So the cost is losing muscle, failing before even trying. I don't trust that this will work based on past experience. Yes, and we repeat the patterns of the past. Best laid plan, if it's put into a mindset that's broken, won't work. Okay, yeah, that's an interesting take. Being cocky that one day miss won't hurt progress. But, having too many one days, fair enough. Okay, all good. So if nothing changes, if you buy into this belief for another 5 years, where does this take you? Same body. Best case scenario, same. More likely scenario, worse off. Oh, just another 10 pounds. My kids model my behaviors, for better or worse. They end up with type 2 diabetes, whatever. Yeah. Go really deep on this. What does backwards look like? You know, really get a visual. Up another size or two. Cranky, poor sleep, divorce. Ooh, getting serious here. Yeah, there's some good stuff now. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Fractured bones, overweight, confined to a wheelchair. Yeah, nothing I can see worse than for retirement than being alive but not able to live. Excellent. Okay. All right. Don't want to move too fast here, but we also want to stick to our timeline. So we'll have you complete the third one on your own time, or two is enough for today. Frankly, that's more than enough to try to break. This is a lot of work. So we're going to move on to really make this stick. We got to go a little bit deeper into the pain. So this is direct from, ignore the random screenshot here. That's the Dickens Method from is it the Christmas Carol? Where he's visited by three ghosts. That's kind of the idea behind this concept, is visualize the worst case scenario, get into the pain, and then after we're done this audio, we're going to look at how to install some new beliefs. Okay. So feel free to put your screen off, kind of meditate on this one a bit. I think it's more effective that you're not staring at yourself. So I'll actually turn my video off just so you do that too. So just sit with this audio, turn off all distractions, and just listen to Tony Robbins in his husky voice.
Close your eyes. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to think about these two limiting beliefs that you have in your life. These two beliefs that have really held you back in various areas. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine how much they weigh on your life and feel that weight on your body. And as you do, I want you to think about what are the consequences. By having these beliefs, what does it cost you? What does it cost you in the past? And what is it costing you now in your life to have these beliefs? In other words, what are you losing because of these beliefs? What are you missing out on? And be honest with yourself and just don't go, well, I'm missing out on some great relationships. Stop and think about specific relationships that maybe you've never looked at it before, but it's costing you a level of love, or rapport, or connection. And feel how that feels to feel that loss. Again, I'm counting on you to create the real pain in your body. Otherwise, we're wasting our time. Really be willing to feel it. Use a lot of pain in the present to have a lot of pleasure in the future. That's what we're asking you to do. Now, what is it costing you financially? Do these beliefs limit some of the choices you make that affect your finances? Do these beliefs affect your willingness to take some risks, to invest, to go for it? How do these beliefs cost you in your own self-esteem? Having these beliefs, what does it do to your self-confidence? Does it create doubt or strength to have these beliefs? How do you feel about yourself when you live by these beliefs? Do you feel powerful or weaker? How do these beliefs affect your energy level? They create energy or take energy away? What do you think of when you think of yourself living by these beliefs? What do you say to yourself when you look in the mirror and realize that you've allowed these beliefs to control you? Say it to yourself. See it. How does your face look when you think about living with these beliefs and the weight of them pulling you down? Feel how it feels. What kind of role model are you for your children if you have children? What kind of role model are you for anybody? How does it affect you spiritually, your relationship with your Creator? Think of what all the costs are for you physically, financially, emotionally, socially, spiritually. All of the areas of your life. Now do this. Take the weight of all of these limitations, all the things you're missing out on, and I want you to pull yourself into the future. And as you go into the future, I want you to step 5 years into the future and make sure you drag with you all of the limiting feelings and experiences and limitations that these beliefs will create for another 5 years, stacking one atop another, like a giant snowball getting bigger and bigger and bigger, pushing you further down. And I want you to step into the future 5 years from now, and with you, bring all the things you've missed out on, all the pain, all the frustration, all the anger that these beliefs have generated through time, all the things you've given up on. Bring all of that with you. Drag it with you now 5 years in the future. I want you to actually feel yourself going 5 years in the future now. And as you arrive 5 years in the future, I want you to look in the mirror. Now, if you don't think you're good at visualizing, feel as if you're looking in the mirror, or talk to yourself about these things. And as you come to the mirror, take a look at your face. And how do you look 5 years from now, having lived with all these limiting beliefs and not changed at all? What's the price you've paid? Do you look younger or older? More alive or less alive? More energized or less energized? Think about it. Feel it. Actually be there. What's been the price in your self-esteem? How do you feel about yourself, having lived for 5 years these limiting beliefs and not changing them? What's been the cost to you? That's right. What do you like physically? Did it cause you to gain weight because you didn't like the way you felt, so you tried to distract yourself through food or smoke or drink? What's happened to your physical energy and flexibility? What has it done to you in business or in your career? Have you really gone as high as you could have, or what have you missed out on in your career because you had some of these limiting beliefs? What does it cost you? What's been the price of these beliefs? Again, feel it. Don't just think it. Feel what it would feel like if you're there right now and you paid that price for 5 long years. 5 years of those limitations. 5 years of giving up your power. What's been the price in relationships? Are there any relationships that you're no longer in because of this? What does it cost you in your emotional connection with the people you care about? What's it cost you financially for 5 years? What are the things you didn't do that you should have? And you didn't because of your fears about these beliefs? What's been the cost in your whole life? What do you say to yourself as you see yourself 5 years from now in the future with these limiting beliefs controlling your life? Feel it. Now step in the future 10 years from now. Drag 10 years of disappointment with you. 10 years of one failure building on another. 10 years of all the limitations of these beliefs, all the things you've missed out coming with you. 10 years in the future, and now look in the mirror and notice how you feel. You feel older or younger, more alive or less alive? Does your body feel heavier or lighter? Do you feel stronger or weaker? What do you say to yourself as you look at yourself after living this way for a decade, 10 years? What did you give up? What did you give up emotionally? How much frustration have you experienced for 10 years because of these beliefs? How many things were you afraid of? How many things did you not do? How many things did you give up on? How much pain have you experienced because of these lousy little beliefs? What's been the cost for you in your relationships now? Have you even given up on having that level of passion you know you deserved back then? Who's in your life? How do your friends think of you? How do you think of yourself? What's happened to you spiritually? What's happened to you physically? What's happened to you financially and emotionally? What's been the price of these beliefs? Feel it. Feel the pain and make it real for yourself. Step 20 years into the future now and drag 2 decades, 20 years of pain with you all the way, and feel all the things you've missed out on for 20 years culminating on your back. Feel it. Feel all the things you gave up on, all the things you missed out on, all the pain you've experienced because of these limiting beliefs. Look in the mirror and notice what your face looks like, what your body looks like. Are you healthy or not? Are you fatter? Do you feel lighter or heavier? Stronger or weaker? More alive or less alive? More excited or totally depressed and disappointed? Where are you? What's happened to you? What price did you pay for these lousy beliefs? What did it cost you in your relationships? What did it cost you in your career, in your business? What didn't you do because of these beliefs? What didn't you try? What didn't you go for? What does it cost you physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially? What does it cost your family life? What do you say to yourself after 20 years of living this way with these limiting beliefs? Was it worth it? Feel the pain and make it real. See all the prices you've paid, all the things you've given up, all the things you've missed out on your life. How do you feel about your life if you live this way for 20 years? And decide if you're willing to live this way. Are you willing to have this be your destiny? If this is painful enough that you are absolutely committed to never living this way again, your brain will change your beliefs. If not, you better keep working on this till it's really painful. Do whatever it takes. Ask yourself questions, feel the pain. If you're committed to never having this happen in your life, know this is only the shadow of the future, as they said, and that this can be changed by you changing your beliefs.
All right. Yeah, he doesn't beat around the bush with some of his language, but that's the idea here is to really sit with the pain. Okay. So the good news is we're going to get into more of a positive um, vibe, I guess we'll call it here with the second half of this. So this same document going back, we're going to skip ahead to the empowering beliefs. Okay. So now we're on, what page is this? Page seven. Okay. So this is the empowering beliefs where we first write out the old belief we've already kind of sat in the mud with as far as 20 years in the future, like Tony went. I was just suggesting 5 years is bad enough, but that really made it hit home. So what is that old belief? And now we're going to reframe to what is the new belief, the empowering belief that we're going to swap. It's one thing to try to shed that old belief. You need to swap, not just suppress, right? We talk about that all the time. Yes, Jackie, this is in the notebook. Hopefully your notebook has all the pages. It should go from page 5, page 6. So what's that new belief? If anyone's willing to share, it's come to mind already. It should tie into that old belief, so it's a replacement for it. So the first one we talked about, this is just that arbitrary example. I don't have time to work out consistently. I have time for what matters. It's a priority. 30-minute lefts a week, 90 minutes. I watch more Housewives than that, right? Not me personally. Just to clarify that. Although it's a pretty good show to unplug. Someone said that on Saturday. Little reality TV is good for the soul sometimes. All right, work hard now to play harder in 10 years. Yeah, I like that. The compound effect will pay off, just like the earlier you get into the market, your index funds, the bigger the lump sum payment at the end, the bigger the reward later. Those little deposits along the way. Good. Hopefully you guys have new beliefs written down. So we're gonna keep moving through this. Old belief number 2. Yeah, that really hits home, Sandy. I might not even be here in 20 years had I continued down an old path. Absolutely. Visualize the graveyard. That'll really wake you up, wouldn't it? I want to die old as young as possible. Yes. The whole difference between health span and lifespan. Far too often, that last decade is pure misery, right? We can't fully control that, but the more we can stack the deck in our favor, the less likely we're going to have or need someone to wipe our butts in the personal care home, right? That's why you do the work now. When your VO2 max is so low you can't physically get yourself off the toilet, you know we're in trouble. That's why we set a very high VO2 max now. Conditioning, strength training, muscle maintenance. I'd be out of job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If your job requires you to be physical, no question. That'll motivate you. Paycheck is tied to being physically healthy. What's that old belief? Number 2, again, the example we went with. Oh, I'm too old. My metabolism is shot. New belief number two, I'm in my prime. That might be a little bit delusional, but the science is pretty clear. Muscle can be built at comparable rates from 20 to 80 and beyond. Even in 80-year-olds, muscles being built. Irene was there Saturday, in her 80s, doing great things. She was squatting down in the Walmart. Another lady was like, how the hell do you squat like that at your age? By squatting, by squatting weights and not stopping. Oh, I see. Yeah, no clients. Yeah, if everyone's healthy, that's a fair point. If you work in a personal care home, this is only, you only want so many people to be healthy. We're talking to ourselves here. All right. What else is that new belief? Share, I just want to see a couple examples in the chat, and we've got an audio that's going to tie it all together, and we won't have you out of here too late. And again, by all means, complete the document with all three. The audio track is going to have you kind of think these three empowering beliefs and the goals at the end. So we'll play that in a second. Anyone having trouble coming up with a new belief? Effort is what matters. Yeah. Okay. All right. No, everyone's good? Yeah. You can never get the physique you don't believe you can get, right? Pretty easy way of thinking. Well, that's for other people. My genetics don't allow for that. That was a big one for me. Being a hefty kid all my life, I was convinced it was my metabolism. Well, my brother, he can eat what he wants and he stays lean. Blah, 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 blah. It wasn't until I actually took control that, things changed, obviously. All right. Back to Tony, more positive here. Okay. So this daily track, I actually, since the event, I've been trying to make this a part of my morning routine. So I will share this link. It's more than just the three to thrive, focusing on the future. Kind of helps develop an attitude of gratitude to start the day. There's just some breathing, breath work that's priming. So it's a really valuable 9 minutes, or it actually ends up 15 minutes here. But nonetheless, I will send this after, but we're going to do the last 5 minutes of it to kind of close the loop here on this one. Okay. So audio, I'll just touch up a little bit. It was a little quiet because we want this one to really feel energetic.
Three outcomes, three goals that are no longer goals. You're going to experience them as done, and you're going to celebrate the victory.
So goals, beliefs, same idea here.
Thanks.
Those new beliefs, we'll install them now.
Start one, step in like it's already happened. And you feel the excitement or the joy in you. You're celebrating it. That's done. Yeah, that's it. Take in the whole victory. Feel it. Breathe it. Give thanks for it. It's done. It's happened. And you're living it. It's not a dream anymore. It's a dream you're living. That's it. Second victory now, a second goal or outcome that's no longer a goal. You're going to experience it as done and full of excitement and gratitude. You're celebrating that it's done, that you made it happen, whatever it was you're after. A significant goal you want to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months, 3 weeks. Next week, you can pick anything, but something that will be a great victory, and you're not wondering, you're not hoping, you're not asking. It is done, and you're celebrating it with gratitude.
There are real reasons podcasters, publishers,
I'm on my premium
and
YouTube. What is this?
say no to speakers.
Right in the middle.
Joy.
There we go.
Feel it. Perfect. Perfect. Enjoy it. Yes. Give thanks for it. Finally, one more. Third, to thrive. The third outcome, goal, result, and now it's a result. You've done it. You're in it, celebrating the victory as it's happened. And you've seen the impact for yourself and others you care for. And you're so grateful for it all, that it's done, that it finally happened, that you made it happen, that you were guided to make it happen, that you did your part and you were guided. Feel that how great it is for you and for others. Own it. Now, with your eyes closed, reach out with your right hand and grab any moment in your life you're proud of. Any moment, a little moment of being proud, or a big moment. Bring it into your heart as it touches your heart. Yes. And feel it explode in your heart like you're there, that proud moment once again. And feel it connect to the things you're grateful for. So you feel it all at once. Think of another moment in your life you could feel proud about, a little moment or a big one. Proud moment, grab it, bring it in, have it touch your heart, say yes, and feel it stacking on all the other great moments you've already put in your heart today. You've awakened in your heart, they're already there. Think of a moment of love, or romance, or sensuality from your past. Grab a great moment, bring that into your heart, shout yes inside. Feel it, enjoy it. Think of a future moment of romance or sensuality that will come. A future moment that will be so exciting and beautiful. Grab that future moment of intimacy, of joy or love. Bring that in your heart. Say yes. Feel it explode in your heart with all its beauty, all its joy, all its love, all its excitement. Yes, that time is coming. Think of an exciting moment in your life that's already happened. Moment was really exciting. Grab that moment and relive it. Bring your heart and say yes as it touches your heart and feel it. Step in and feel the excitement of that moment all over again. Enjoy it. Grab a sacred moment from your life, a sacred moment, a moment you felt guided, a moment beyond your mind. Bring that moment to your heart and say yes. Grab another exciting moment from your future, one that's coming, that's going to lift you, excite you, make you feel so alive. Bring it in, touch your heart, and say yes. Now you have 20 seconds to get any moments in the past and the future, proud moments, sexy moments, loving moments, sacred moments, laughter moments, any moment of the past or future. Bring them in as fast as you want, as fast as you can. Say yes each time it gets there. Go. Stack them all together. Now just feel them all. Feel them all in your heart, your soul, your spirit, all at once. What if life was always happening for you and not to you? It looks like it's happening to you, but it's all happening for you. What if even the pain and problems were gifts and you found the meaning and you're free of the pain? Even if today was a difficult day in your life, meaning yesterday or days before, weeks or months before, today is more compelling. And tomorrow, because of this today well lived, will be a magnificent one. Find yourself opening your eyes when you're ready, rising up, stretching slowly when you're ready, and start to feel the energy in you build up, the energy of all these experiences, the joy, the happiness, the love, the excitement. Bring it into your heart. Feel it. Breathe it. Experience it. Own it. It's in you, as you. This is the real you. This is your true nature. Unencumbered by the survival mind. Free to be you. Free to be the real you. Breathe it. Feel its joy. Feel its love. Feel its excitement. Feel its unlimited nature. This is your spirit. This is your soul. This is you unleashed.
All right. A bit woo-woo, but that's exactly why we do it. Because the rest of the time, the world will try to pull you down. So I'll share this link with you guys in the chat because the full thing is pretty valuable. I would suggest doing it on Spotify if you don't have YouTube Premium. I must be logged into my wrong account because the ads would certainly interrupt you. But there it is. You can do the full track. The last, 4 or 5 minutes there is about priming those new beliefs or goals or outcomes you want. So I thought it tied in nicely to what we did today. And it just puts you in the right state of mind, right? So worthwhile. I don't know, my hand is raised on my screen, but any questions? We're a little over time here. So if anything's come up for you here, obviously this is something you kind of have to work on daily because those bad beliefs will keep creeping back in. So it's about continuing trying to rewire those new beliefs. So make it a daily practice for the next week and see if it serves you, where you review the worksheets and then do the priming exercise. That's probably a good thing that you had trouble with the negative beliefs, but maybe means you've already kind of overcome some of them, but it's a good insight. Anyone else? Feel free to unmute. Don't have to use the chat anymore. The videos are done.
Oh, that feels better. Not to type, I mean.
Yeah, I hear you. I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm just
By all
like
means.
going away. Yeah, I found it really hard to even think of the negative stuff, but because I've been on this journey for so long and that I know I've conquered quite a bit. I'm not there yet, I think, mentally, but it was hard to come up with something. But it was, for me, I had to think of where do I want my goals to be? And like one was to reach a certain number on the scale, as well as what I want my body to look like. But oh my God, when Tony was talking, it just, you know, about 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and I've done that. I try not to kick myself in the ass, but I kind of screwed up the last few years since 22. I just kind of went like this. So I get where he was coming from, and holy shit, like you can probably tell I'm quite emotional over it because I don't want to go back to that. And I'm gonna fight like hell to not lose more years and just to change the whole narrative now.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And that's why we do it. It's really uncomfortable, that first audio track, especially because you have to really sit in the pain and not run away from it. But we often run away from our pain, and that's what keeps us stuck. And we do have to kind of sit with it in order to kind of rewire those new beliefs, like you
Oh,
said.
most definitely. Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else have something that came up for them from those two audio tracks, or not sure on the limiting beliefs part, if you need help? Yeah, Anita, that's exactly the point. First, we get clear on the limiting beliefs and what they're going to cost us, and then it's about swapping those for a better belief, right? The second half. So hopefully you've completed the empowering belief section, the PDF, because that's where the magic happens. But in order to find the motivation and drive, yeah, sorry, go ahead. Who was that? Is that Martha?
Well, I was just going to say, I think that it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to think about. And I think, it most importantly, it's just taking the time to really sit in it and consider it and be really thoughtful. Can be hard in, these short periods of time and short spurts, but I think it gives us an avenue to really start thinking about it and really being honest with ourselves. And I think that that's the piece that I'll take away.
Mm. Yeah, we first have to define it as a limiting belief. A lot of times we just take these as facts. We don't call them limiting. We call them our beliefs, or, it's just that's who I am, and I'm always this type of person. I'm always this, that, and the other thing. We have to first reframe it as a limiting belief in order to change it. And that's what this exercise is all about. So it's hard because it's so automatic for us to think a certain way or do certain things, which is why we have to kind of sit with it a lot and then really work on it daily, in this case, at least, the next bit. All right. Anyone else have any insights? Thanks for sharing, you too. Yes, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, I came a little bit late, but I didn't want to miss this. And it just kind of struck me when we were doing the part about 20 years. I just thought, I can't see this. Because at 5, I thought, oh, I'll be dead. But at 20, I thought, oh no, that's already behind me. That's what I've done for 20 years. 20 year from now, I just couldn't imagine holding on to those beliefs. So I thought that was
Mm,
pretty cool for me.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good reframe. What does the past 20 years cost me by buying into these beliefs? And that's a pain to sit in for sure. I like that. I haven't had it put that way before. So what was the breakthrough from that, Jamie? You're going to change.
Well, yeah, I'm doing workout number 2 today. That's just so uppermost on my mind now. Because I've been such a sedentary person, but it feels so good to do it. So I need to, I'll just be sitting with the limiting beliefs and trying to tease that out. But it's like, that's just my core thing. Because if I can get everything firing at the same time, I'm not going to be tired anymore. I'm not going to, I'm not going to eat because something happened and I wasn't even aware of it. It's just like it just feels like another piece of the puzzle. So for some reason, I had to sign on today, even if I was going to be late. And I would never sign on late because I would not want that attention, but I don't care.
Yes, that's a belief you're breaking right there.
I get what you
Comfortable
mean,
getting uncomfortable.
Jamie. I get what you mean, Jamie, because that's what I had done like from high school until I was, I don't know, 48, 49 or somewhere in there where I started my weight loss journey. And when my girlfriend said to me, like, why are you going to wait? Just do it now. Sign up for that cult that I was with years ago. And you know what? It was the hardest day of my life to do that. The hardest day to step on the scale, take the measurements, take those freaking pictures that I never wanted to show anybody because I had that belief, like what you're talking about, that holy shit, what happened for the last 20 years or so. So mine is kind of the same as you. Like we've come that full circle and it's like, what can we change now to not have the 20 years repeat itself? Let's make it our own narrative, not anybody else's, and make the change. So I get what you mean, Jamie. Yeah, because it's the hardest thing to look. You need to look back in order to go forward, but not kick yourself in the ass for all the things you did bad, so to speak. It's a learning curve because we wouldn't be here where we are today if we didn't go through what we did 20 years ago or plus. So we
Yeah.
got this, girl.
Awesome stuff, guys. I like it. I like the collaboration happening. Very good. All right, we can leave it there, guys. We're a little over time. We have the full hour if we need it, but if there's anything else that people have or what comes up you don't want to share it publicly, you know where to find me. Just ensure that you save that document with your changes. I think you can go file save and it says without changes or with. Definitely do the one with so that you have a copy of this. And I would encourage you to at least print out the last couple of pages where you have the old belief listed and the new belief that you're taking forward with you. Because that's going to really help you hammer this home. Okay. Going once, twice.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Break those
Thank you,
bad beliefs.
everybody.
Cheers.